Alright there, it's your old mate Yorkie here, back with something else off the Steam Next Fest, and also of my wish list. I've actually had this considered for a while now, before the Biden-Trump election. I Am Your President. They were meant to release it by then. Got delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. Well, that's a thing, isn't it? So, let's see where they are with I Am Your President. This is a playtest version, just a demo. It ends after 10 turns, and some features are unavailable.
I like the look of the very first president I saw. Well, surely you know this kind of people that kept saying, if you don't like it, do better. So, yeah, I was the kind of kid to answer, challenge accepted. Nevertheless, I didn't know I would have to do better again so quickly. But here it was, the thought that if I were president back then, I would have worn a helmet. Yet, growing up, I realized that helmets do not always protect people from dying, but that I would. I also got to know that choosing the right confidant of your secrets is really important, and that mine would have been a locked diary. Time has passed, I got married, and if life has taught me anything about marriage, it's that you should never get married to that man. Back in the day, it was all like a game about doing better than my predecessors. But times got harder, darker, and I thought, maybe instead of trying to win the challenge, I could at least try not to lose. I was full of doubts. What would I do? Would I be able to save people, or would I only make everything worse? You can never be sure. Well, almost never. What I'm sure of is that I would never have left you, Oppie. Good job, little one. Now you can rest. But I was not done yet. I no longer wished for would and wouldn't. I wanted the choice between do and don't. And I finally received that choice. Do you know what I would do differently if I was the president right now? Nothing. And you know why?
Because I am.
Because now I am the president.
Fun little opener. You know, the first time a US president came to my attention, I was a youngster living in the UK, and it was a dear Mr. Reagan saying that he thought it would be okay to have a small-scale nuclear war in Europe. Yeah. Okay, to the new president. Hello, Mr. President. Well, it's really weird to use that title to address someone else than myself. Still, if you're reading this, you must have won an election and become my successor. So let me welcome you to the White House. The note that you are reading right now is just one of many I have left you for the next president, so they can continue my legacy and familiarise themselves with nuances of government. Of course, you could decide to do it on your own. I will do the tutorial, but just so we're going to see what it looks like. I mean, the graphics are fine. It does the job. The music's passable. It's pleasant. But it would be so much better if we worked together. So let me show you around your office. Each device located in this room has its own note that will appear as soon as you launch it. But I have left some instructions for surviving meetings as well. Let's try it out. Click on the door. Hello. I'm not sure what I think of the cardboard cutout. Is that? Oh, it's cheaper. I thought it was Putin. You will have visitors every day. Every day, some of them will just need your advice, while others will want you to make decisions. Your position requires listening to all of them, but the way you choose to solve their problems is entirely up to you. But remember, every choice will have consequences, both short and long term. I'm not sure what I think about the wobbling cardboard cutout job. It does the job, though. You know, on a weird level, I think I'm attracted to it. Not to the guy, to the concept, the cardboard cutout thing. It's got that janky indie thing that looks indie, but not in a bad way. You can also use 1, 2, 3 for dialogue options. Okay, chief of staff. Hello, Mr. President. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the White House. I am certain that your presidency will be great for America. Oh, kind words. I thought that was loud words. It was the way it was covered up. I just hope that we will get along and cooperation will bear fruit. It may take some time to adjust, so please do not hurry. We have lots of time. What's this? One of the short-term consequences of the statistics change. Alright. You can always predict which area of life will be affected by a decision, but it's difficult to determine how and to what extent. There is no way to foretell the future, my friend. If your statistics drop to 0 and you fail to recover before the day ends, you'll lose. If your statistics drop to 0 and you fail to recover before the end of the day, you'll lose. I see. I will do what's best for my country. I am here to help citizens. I will try my best. That's +1 on politics. Alright, we have to start working. The first we should do is to establish a party line so that both the government and citizens can get accustomed to your values. Oh, party line, okay, yeah. I thought like a phone party line. No, a party line, the line the party's taking. I understand. I'll ask the Director of Communications to come to you and ask some questions. The answer will determine the party line and consequently the government's approach. I get it, thanks for the information. I'm not going to push him around, like that. First one. Okay. That's fine. Everything's at 300 except for a 301. And here he is! Director of Communications. He looks happy, young lad. Good morning, Mr. President. I'm here to help you. Please try to answer as many questions as possible so that we can present a consistent image to the public. There's no wrong answers. Are you ready, sir? Ready as I'll ever be. Here we go. Oh, party choice. Okay, you are now facing a really difficult choice. The party you identify with the most will determine your path, dialogue options, and the statistics changes associated. Some awkward word in there, but that's, it's early access. Or not even. If you see this icon next to an answer, it means that the outcome depends on the party you belong to. Make sure not to disappoint your voters. Here we go. The first question. Do you support death penalty? No. No, I don't. I think there's other ways that can be better than that. Should the government build on banking regulations and regulate the stock market? To a degree, yes. And certainly the banks have caused multiple crashes. What do you think of Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program? SNAP, the food program. That's families to afford the most basic stuff. It's not good. It will never be good, but it's better than nothing. Honestly, we need to redistribute wealth better than that through changing society, but that's a bit much for a presidency. So I think it's appropriate. What's more important to you? Social responsibility? Yes. State was to double its electoral votes, which state would you pick? I've actually lived in New York State, so we'll go with that. Do you think anti-discrimination laws for employment are important? Yes. But they're not all that effective the way they're implemented. People get worried about quotas. They really aren't. So, yes, they allow people to be treated equally if they're done right, but they're not done right. And doing them right is difficult. Should we normalise the relations with Cuba? Normalise relations with Cuba? I think at this point, probably yes. It's not one I hold up in high regard, but... Do you think there should be a wall? No. Won't even bloody work. Do Do you think that renewable energy is a sector we should invest in? Absolutely. So, Mr. President, I will pass on the answers to the campaigner staff, and after the short analysis, they will propose the best way to present your views to the world. Chief of Staff will come to you with the results right away. Thank you. The other's kind of a dogmatic piece of crap. I'm not going to do that. Hello again, Mr. President. I have received the results from the campaign staff. Do you want to know that? Yes, just tell me. Of course I do. Answers to those troublesome questions have proven you to be a Democrat here, Mr. President. You agree with that statement? Insofar as the two-party system in America goes, yes. Alright, so be it. Now all we have to do is to follow the values of this party. People remember your choice, sir, so a sudden change of mind may confuse the voters and politicians as well. Anyway, I'll pass your answer to the staff. Right, is there anything else I should take care of right now? Yes, there is one more thing. This is a standard procedure, but it will put things in order. I have brought a short questionnaire. Inside it there are some notes for your past, from your past, important memos, but also questions about your plans for the future. Please fulfill it carefully, sir. Of course. Alright, Mr. President's private notes. Name and surname. Yorkie. Actually, I'll put this down as Detective Yorkie. I'm not in Detective Hat and everything, but that's fine. Family members' wife Sarah, relentless woman of Russian origin, brought Cold War dynamics into the President's marriage. Daughter Eleanor, a party animal, can be easily spotted in various nightclubs. Daughter Alyssa, President's older daughter, wife of Chester, runs a very popular blog. Son-in-law Chester, Alyssa's husband, black sheep of the family. Favourite child. I like the idea of the blog. Even though she's married to a black sheep, we can work with that. And nothing wrong with being a bit of a party animal, but it sounds like she's going to excess. Presidential pet. Ralph the Pink. No. Stephen the Tortoise. Why not? If you're about to die, what will be your last words? Finally. Probably. $15 and I will press that red button. Finally. If you're about to play Russian roulette, what would be your strategy? Spin, pull trigger, win. I would have an exit strategy. Okay, I already see I like the stupid humour in this. Someone's trying to bribe you. I bribe him back so he doesn't tell anyone. Yeah. Take it to the cops. A child is trying to cross the street through a red light. Okay. Your deaf uncle has asked you to for the tickets to the Pinky Swear concert. Oh, family first. Here you are, Uncle Andrew. Due to his disability, I guess I may as well give him tickets for something less expensive. No, don't be bloody silly. Area of interest, know your business, aim for the sky. We live in it. Climb the ladder, invest, harvest, repeat, shake right hands. We live in it. President's ally, friendship is power. Vice President's assignments, you better watch out, friendship is power. That's fine. Not sure what they actually do, but okay. Private archives, the soon-to-be President's childhood. The secret has been revealed. The President candidate's kindergarten has not always been the most peaceful place on earth. Our anonymous sources informed us about the riot which started right after the teachers banned children from bringing their own toys to the facility. Small presidency decided to bring the toys anyway. incited other children to mutiny as well. The child president has joined forces with the kindergarten teachers and helped them taste of the presidency. I bet that last one's really about gun control. The president has always acted in a presidential way, even in high school. I knew being in power is never a piece of cake and requires some serious, tough decisions. So when the student council had the opportunity to decide on school canteen menu, he decided to include all types of food according to the idea to each his own, which resulted in bigger diversity but also increased the cost of food. Cut down on types of food, resigning mostly from the unhealthy ones. He argued that he cared about the health of students and they shouldn't eat junk food. Yes and no, I'm kind of split between those two. But fiscal responsibility is not a bad idea. Democrats often get blamed for not being fiscally responsible when actually a lot of times the big boosts in debt come under Republicans, not all the time. The president's inauguration under protection. The president's obsession with his head protection has been a hot topic these last few weeks. Will they set a precedent and will we all see the president taking his oath in a helmet? This is masks. Most likely, as the comments made, point him a man of unflinching resolve. And he said, I do not see why I should bend under pressure and resign from the head protection. You can never know what's going to happen. And everything, including me. No. Safety first. Submit. Great, let's see. There's still one more thing we have to take care of before proceeding. The promises you made during campaign. Let's pick a few we could actually deliver on. Okay. These are election promises. Choose them wisely because if you fail, people will remember that in the end, and you would like to get re-elected, wouldn't you? Every promise gives you a sign-up bonus. No extra prizes for fulfilling it. After all, politics is no game and citizen satisfaction never lasts. It's like one major promise and 3 minor promises. Not a war on terror, it doesn't work. Urgent reform of policing, that would be a good thing to do. Human mission to Mars is good, but it's not that important. Solve opioid crisis. The problems with that are for those who actually need opioids. Strict gun control, no. I do believe in gun control of a sense, but I also believe you can't do that much in America. Build the wall, no, absolutely not. Let's go for the reform on policing. Excessive use of force by police officers has always been very troubling, but now the risk of being killed by police is higher than ever. Do anything you can to change that. Social unrest is skyrocketing because our police officers can't stop killing people for no particular reason. Minor goals. Man of the people. Whoever said that happiness is limited to fleeting moments is clearly not my leadership. Man of the people. Pick your friends carefully. Acknowledge your loyal allies. Remember that respect has to be earned and maintained. Restructuration. Just as no mechanic can repair a running engine, and one that will tell you to aim at perfection. Not everything in life is in our control, and what distinguishes those who make it from those not the ability to avoid crises, but a swift implementation of a recovery plan once this crisis occurs. I will not sugarcoat it. Our industry is facing its always darkest before the time. I'm not sure what that's trying to do. Trust words uttered by professional politicians. When elected, I will prove that what matters most is not chasing instant gratification, sustainable lasting change. Stunningly modern. Utilise cutting-edge technologies to have US industry achieve new heights in terms of quality. That's good, because that can also clean up the environment. But, before you think about reaching for pitchforks, consider the fact that at least we're not insert your favourite scapegoat country. So, though globalisation is largely even the playing field, many still look upon the United States, we are, after all, a city upon a hill. Because of that, and for the sake of American citizens, I vow to not lower the standards of living we have grown used to, and carefully avert any impending crisis. Standards of living for whom? That's the... I'm not going to select that because that could be read all kinds of ways. I haven't made it yet. We don't need to increase our armed forces. I'm not sure what that means. My complaint with this game so far is you could read into it multiple ways. These are kind of airy-fairy goals. I will prove that what matters most is not chasing, but sustainable, lasting change. Okay. Possible. I'll go for that. Your advisor will keep track of your promises so that you can check upon them from time to time and find out what remains to be done. Here you can see progress in fulfilling promises as well as read their descriptions. Not fulfilling your election promises will make it much more difficult for you to win the election. The second type of task are quests that you either accepted or that appeared here in regard to your election promises. Okay. Those are the quests. Each of them includes a set of goals and a time limit, as well as a reward and punishments. Be sure to complete tasks in the time given. Well, you won't suffer afterwards. Now here is a task I've given you. Please read it and try to complete it. It's not difficult. What can I say? Take care of all your affairs and rest a bit. A lot of work awaits you. First, let's finish the conversation. So it's press enter, which we'll be doing. It was a busy day, Mr. President, and it's only the beginning. Now, if you'll I'll give you some time to settle down. You have to gain strength since we have much to do during your presidency. I appreciate your help. And he's going. And there we end turn. What, we got society. Yep. Okay, good job, Mr. President. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Let's turn off the lights. That's it for today. You don't have to worry about trying everything right away. And plenty more opportunities to keep calm and do your job. Summary. Society 406. Politics 601. Industry 4. Economy good. Alright. New feature available. Cabinet. Alright. Law and Order Crisis. Prison Break. It's not a TV show, so you better take measures. Right, what do we do? Right, firstly, promises. Quests. Police reform. A real police reform requires preparing both the groundwork and legislation. Prepare the groundwork and ensure that the proposed bill makes it through Congress. And here we have Cabinet. Every leader needs counsel, and Cabinet members are here to do just that. It seems quite in-depth. I do like that. Besides occupying a specific position, every single one of them has unique talents and preferences, which is something to keep in mind. But among the cabinet members, select close advisors who will affect the daily stat changes. Okay. President of the United States, that's me. Trade representative. We have Attorney General for police work. Administration of Small Business. Director of Central Intelligence. Veterans Affairs, that could be good. Secretary of Commerce, yes. EPA. As opposed to small businesses, maybe? Health and Human Services. That's important to me. Advises the President on health, welfare and income security plans, policies, as well as protects the health and well-being of Americans. So far, you're neutral. Advocates for small business and empowers the spirit of entrepreneurship. Actually, health and human services is more important to me than you. CIA is good. It's not my main thing. Royce, what are you? Foreign Service Immigration Policy and advise the President when it comes to diplomats and ambassadors. Yeah. Principal Trade Advisor, Negotiator and Spokesperson on Trade Issues. Nuclear weapons. Oh. Transportation, labour. Veterans Affairs likes me, but it's not a huge deal to me. Education. If I'm looking to boost tech, that might be a good thing to have. Alright. Now what? Nothing here. There's a door. Oh, who's coming in? Good morning, Mr. President. There's something I've been meaning to discuss with you. For a while now. Yes. Straightforward yet important matter. As you know, most of the everyday products utilised in private sector are manufactured in Asia and imported here. That's how it's been for decades. With our dependence on imports only increasing, a number of academics has been criticising such approach. I mean, now what makes... Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're not likely to bring manufacturing jobs back here. Manufacturing... See, the funny thing is, a lot of manufacturing is done back in America. By plant, not people. And that makes our economy so powerful. But it certainly does allow the US to concentrate on more specialised branch of industry, which of course translates into higher margins and bigger GDP. I should perhaps specify that the concerns mostly pertain to items that are essential public health, such as medication. Yeah, that could be a problem. And to complicate matters even further, at this point our economy is so reliant on this model, we cannot move away from it and expect it to leave our economy unscathed. Still, I think its problem calls for action. We've ignored it long enough. We need to gain at least partial independence. A plan that would gradually ease us into the process. If we can't beat them, let's join them. And by join, I mean tax. No. This could endanger us greatly in time of crisis. Please make decisive steps to safeguard us against it. I think we need to ease into it. We need to gain it. Yep, that's fine. Alright. What's next? Oh, is that end turn? Really? Seriously? I guess so. Right, so we've got an email. Pending legislation. Your cabinet. Fine. Breaking news, prison break, no changes. Email, pending legislation. Winter is coming. Crises, prison break. What do we do? Well, that's just showing me the crises. Welcome to Milestone Street. Every president is remembered for something. An attitude, style, or friendship, or friends. And you can trace yours here. Each turn, you receive 1 research point. You can have a maximum of 5 research points. Cost for milestone is described by the number that you identify here. Fine. Research points 2. Let's do with some charm. How do I do this? How do I sign legislation, I wonder? Well, there's someone coming in. Mr. President, I'm sad to say there's been another well incident. I'm talking about officer-involved shooting in Chicago. It was bad as the previous one. Some say it was way worse. The officer was not only drunk, but also wearing fucking hell. KKK white robes as he started shooting some black kids for no apparent reason. Thank God no one died that day, but the 2 kids ended up... That's a hate crime. In addition to... I don't know if I guess it'd be called attempted manslaughter. That's a hate crime. Why the hell was he wearing a Klan's outfit? Is he a member? No, he claims it's just a... Why would you wear that as a fucking Halloween costume? How do you know? And this moron is the icing on the cake of what's wrong with the US law enforcement. Somehow I'm out of swear words at this point. I think we'll start what you planned already. Our police needs deep and good thinking. What do we need? Sure, the public will back us on this, but we need to be strong enough to push things through Congress. How do you feel about that idea? Start working on it. It's the most urgent thing to do. Okay. We're fine. Oh boy. Oh, that's just to bury that, is it? Alright. I'm actually going to end it there. I like the look of this. Takes a lot of getting used to. But I actually like the look of this. It's not a tycoon as such. Not kind of an RPG as such. A government game. If you want more of this, please do hit me up with comments, like, subscribe. Let me know, because when this comes out, I'm interested in knowing if there's a viewership for it. Because if there is, This is coming to channel. Alright, I'll see you with another one later. See you now.